Okay, I got your email about you saying you know how to build triad chords, which is good. So remember, this is all we're doing. If it's a major chord, it's a minor chord. If it's a diminished chord, that's a triad. That's a triad chord. So a good exercise for you would be, as I think you printed these things out. So what you already have printed out here is for these first two keys. Whether you want to write it on this tab itself or you want to write it down on something else, you can go through each note here and label what the interval is. So it's either a 1, a 3, or a 5 for all of the C chord notes. And then when you get to the D minor chord here, then it has to be either a 1, a flat 3, or a 5. So it's very important that if it's a flat third, you got to put a flat third, also known as a minor third. So when you get to the diminished, it has to have a flat third and a flat 5, also known as a minor third, and a diminished fifth. Every one of these chords has to have a 1. That's the root note. So again, you can write it like maybe to the right or the left of the chords or the notes on the page, or just get a separate piece of paper and write it down that way, whatever's easier. So when I talked about using the Guitar Pro program to enter chords yourself, so when I talk about what number to hit, I'm talking about the number on your keyboard for the fret number. So if it's 0, you hit 0. If it's 1, you hit 1. If you would prefer to just print things out and write it in the old-fashioned way, that's fine too. So let's take this a step at a time. Let's have you just label all the intervals for everything, every chord you got first. Label every single note that's currently tabbed out with the correct interval number, and we'll take it from there. So if you have questions, well, let me demonstrate one. Probably better to do that. So like with the C chord, that's a C note, that's the 1. Next note up is an E, that's your 3. You got your G note, that's your 5. There's another C, that's 1 again. There's another E, that's 3 again. And then for your D minor here, I'll demonstrate that as well. So first note that you got, and we're always going from the bottom up. Just keep it simple, go from the bottom up. Your D note, that's the 1. That's A, that's your 5. That's D again, back to the 1. And this top note is an F. That is your flat third. So you got to put flat 3. You can't put 3 because that would be wrong. We don't have a third interval in a minor chord. We have a minor third in a minor chord, also known as a flat 3. So if you have questions, let me know. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, write it down wherever you feel comfortable doing it, and when you got some answers, some things filled out, go ahead and send it over. I'll take a look at it and we'll take it from there. All right, talk to you soon.